let's start with a story about Virginia and what y'all are doing with your money down there. A survey from the finance website Finder reveals 7% of Americans have bought stocks under the influence of alcohol. They also listed the top 15 states where people invest while under the influence, and our Virginia made the cut, landing at number 15. Hey, see, this is what happens when you gotta leave the state to go to a casino. It's either this or take a bus to Charlestown, West Virginia. It's hard to feel like a high roller when somebody's grandma is sitting next to you talking your ear off the whole ride back. Still, it could be worse. You could be Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Illinois, California, or New York, rounding out the top 5, where 14.7% of residents say they've invested while under the influence of alcohol. Then again, that's just Wall Street. That's just called going back to work after a liquid lunch. Now, I have heard the phrase scared money don't make none, but I never knew hammered money needed a saying as well. They need to go ahead and install a breathalyzer on people's phones that won't let you open an E-Trade after midnight if you blow over 0.08. The strategy has been surprisingly sound for most, with only 17% of the survey's respondents admitting that they lost money. Admitting being the key word, 83% of y'all are lying. Nobody's trying to own up to taking an L because they went all in on Frito-Lay stock on the way back home from the bar. Next time, don't you let a bag of Funyuns influence your portfolio. Now let's talk about a story that's going to affect the whole D.C. area next week. The TSA and the Metropolitan Washington Airport Authority announced the number of Thanksgiving travelers this year will likely reach pre-pandemic levels. Wow. I was feeling thankful. So much for that. The agencies recommend passengers get to the airport at least 2 hours early for domestic flights and 3 hours early for international flights to have enough time for security and check-in. Also recommend you go ahead and check your hopes and dreams with your bags because they're about to be miserable. Get ready for long lines, and if you're driving, get ready for traffic. If you're walking, get started now and put on some comfortable shoes. It's going to be a minute. You know what? Maybe Zoom Thanksgiving weren't that bad after all. I'm just playing. They were terrible. But still, I'm not ready to deal with crowded airports and all the Sunday drivers who decide to hit the road on a Thursday. And finally, while we're on the topic of Thanksgiving, let's wrap up with a story about the most polarizing part of every Thanksgiving meal. According to data released from Instacart and BuzzFeed, canned cranberry sauce sales increased by 32% over the past 2 years. Who is buying the cranberry sauce? 32%. Some people love it, some people hate it, but it's moving units. Canned cranberry sauce has caused more Thanksgiving Day arguments than talking politics at the dinner table. They say don't judge a book by its cover, but this book looks like if Jell-O had ribs. It's kind of hard not to judge. I don't have a problem with canned cranberry sauce, and that's only because there's a such thing as real cranberry sauce that's even worse. Not to mention it has tons of sugar. Cranberries need all the help they can get in the flavor department, so they look at sugar and sugar looks back. They're like, hey, what's good? What's good? Hey, nice, say less. I got you, fam. Hey, if I'm going to get pre-diabetes, make it worth my while. Give me some jelly beans, some Skittles, something. Not that. Also, canned cranberry sauce is usually the only food at Thanksgiving dinner that wasn't made with love. All you got to do is pick up a can opener and voila, red sugar blob ready to serve. Now, all the canned cranberry sauce slander you see online makes me think that nobody likes it. So imagine my surprise and shock and utter disgust at seeing these numbers. Some of y'all in the grocery store right now with a trench coat and dark shades stocking up on cans of cranberry sauce hoping nobody sees you. Stop the charade. You need to out yourselves or I will out you first. And if you want to out a friend or family member, hit me at Reese Waters on all social media platforms.